shed light on their experiences. The stacks of books and archives loom around me like an ancient labyrinth. Part of me expects to bump into a minotaur lurking around every corner. But undeterred, I've come too far to turn back now. I am ready for anything. Moving through the dimly lit corridors, I'm reminded of the struggles of disabled women who have fought through the darkness of ableist ignorance toward the light of equal rights, independence, and dignity. From the suffragettes to the modern-day feminists, from the fight for civil rights to the ongoing struggle for disability rights, their activism paved the way for the advocates and activists of the inclusive social movements of today. Following the clues, I finally reached a door hidden behind a dusty, cobweb-laden, hanging tapestry with the words in Biblioteca Dominarum, the ladies' life. I push down the handle, and the click that follows sounds like a thunderclap in the abyss of library silence. Then the door creaks open, revealing a hidden chamber filled with texts and artifacts. Grateful for my love of adrenaline and hyper-focus superpower, I scan the shelves, searching for the manuscript that would change everything. Then, my eyes fix on a Victorian travel trunk in the corner of the room. I approach it cautiously, then pry it open. Inside is a wooden book surrounded by curious hats, cloaks, and what appear to be stage properties. I gingerly lift the book out of the trunk. I sit with the book in my lap and begin to read. This trunk contains everything you will need to create your version of our story. This story is set whenever you want and wherever you want. All your players need is the imagination to wish themselves into our world.
Oh, a play about winter and the found folks. I think I know some actors who do that. Hey, where are my players for our story of Pan? Oh, right, look, everything's in here. Okay, here you go. Thank you. And you don't need this. Good job. Great. And see.
Good afternoon, madam. Is this the Darling residence?
Yes, it is. Please. How may I help you?
My name is Mr. Jenkins. I'm with the J.M. Barrie Foundation. I'm pleased to inform you that your daughter Willa has won a prize in a writing competition, the Imperfectly Perfect Writing Competition, for up-and-coming young writers.
Willa won a prize? Oh, that's awesome. Please come in and tell me more. Go ahead, Mr. Jenkins.
The prize, madam, is an invitation to a major festival in London, where she will have the opportunity to read her short story out loud as part of the showcase.
Oh, how thrilling. Oh, that's right. And now she'll have a chance to show off her talents in front of a big audience.
Mary, what's all this noise about? Who are you?
This is Mr. Jenkins, dear. J.M. Barrie Foundation. He has some wonderful news about Willa.
Your daughter has won a prize, sir. Mrs. Darling, perhaps I should leave you to discuss this matter with your daughter. Here's my card. Please let me know what you decide.
What's all the commotion? Is everything okay?
Lynda, is it true you submitted a story to a writing competition without our knowledge or permission?
Yes, Father. Miss Wright encouraged me to send it in. She thought I might win. I did it because she believed in my story and I wanted to take a chance. I wanted to make you proud.
You should have asked for our permission, Lynda. You know how we feel about keeping secrets.
George here. Let's not be too hard on the girl. She's just a young girl trying to follow her dreams.
I understand that, Mary, but you know as well as I do that Lynda always mixes up the order of the letters and words when she reads aloud. She couldn't possibly represent our family in such a public way.
I promise. I won't embarrass you.
Now, come, Lynda, you have many talents, but we all know public speaking is not one of them.
Lula deserves this opportunity. What do you think? Can't we come up with a compromise?
It's true. Reading is difficult for me. But I promise to practice and practice with Mrs. Wright until it's perfect. I know I can be good enough to represent our family.
Can't we come up with a compromise?
Well, we all know your brother John is the public speaker of the family. Look how well they performed in the debate competition last year. Everyone else was extremely impressed. Yes, that's it. That's the solution. John's the one to do it.
No, I wrote the story. I want to read it myself.
Well, you know how sensitive you are. We can't have you getting hysterical, my love. You know how Dr. Snuggleberg said we can't put too much stress on you.
If you can prove you can do it perfectly by the end of next week and that you won't embarrass yourself or us, I'll consider giving you permission. If not, John will do it for you.
Well, your father's news best. John is a good public speaker, and he can represent our family well.
I heard about your writing competition win, my
Who
dear.
are you and how did you get in here? Nana! Nana!
No need for alarm, my dear.
Really? Because this is my bedroom. Are you a wolf in sheep's clothing?
Easy now. I just came to offer my congratulations on your writing win.
Okay. Nice outfit.
Oh, this little thing? I found it in the costume shop. Thought it would make me look more daring. Surprise! It's me, Peter Pan.
You're real!
Of course I'm real.
But Melissa and Granny made up all those stories. How'd you get past my parents?
Oh, parents, Marins.
What are you doing here in London?
I chased my darn shadow here, and that's when I knew I had to bring you with me.
tell Peter that we don't want to be called the Lost Boys anymore.
There he is! Alright, Toodle. You drew the short straw, so you have to tell Peter what we decided.
I have to find the shadow this time because then maybe he'll be in a good mood.
Hey guys, what's up?
We need to talk to you, Peter.
Oh, you do you? This isn't exactly a good time.
That's important.
What's so important that I can't wait until...
Well, you see, while you were away, we got to talking.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah, we took a vote and we don't want to be called the Lost Boys anymore.
We're not lost. We know where we are.
Yeah, we're right here.
Oh, you're serious? I think we've always been called the Lost Boys. Why would you want to be called anything else?
Oh, it doesn't fit us anymore. It's kind of negative, you know, pessimistic.
So, what do you want to be called instead?
We could be the Displaced Boys.
What about the unfortunate boys?
I ain't unfortunate.
Oh, I know. How about the Wandering Boys?
Oh yeah, like not all those who wander are lost.
No. I got it. What about the Dream Boys?
That sounds like a 90s boy band, and excuse me, not all of us identify as boys, you know. I'm sick
said that already. We get it. You really love that fudge.
So why don't you keep on doing things to try?
And who knows, you might like something even better.
This fruit juice is amazing. This coconut water is so refreshing.
I call it a not quite smoothie. I take all the leftover fruit that's not ripe and mash it together.
Love it.
Yes.
See, I told you there are other good drinks out there.
And who knows, maybe we'll find even better drinks to try.
Yeah, and I am proud of you, Peter, for being willing to try new things.
Well, you know what they say, I would be all in with the new.
3 cheers for Peter Pan and the found folks. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Oh, I think it's time for a song.
There once was a boy called Peter Pan who brought us all to Neverland. He made us punch so sweet and green, oh sip, we lost boy sip.
Oh!
Now found folks, we found our voice and overcome, holding space for everyone to take the time to grow.
Oh!
Once was a boy called Peter Pan who brought us all to Neverland. He made us punch so sweet and green, oh sip, we lost boy sip.
Oh!
Now found folks, we found our voice and overcome, holding space for everyone, take the time to grow.
Oh!
Now found folks, we found our voice and overcome, holding space for everyone to take the time to grow.
Oh! Woo!
Hi, my name is Bubbles. I was found folk for a long time. I'm Toodle's assistant and Neverland's head chef. It was my job to keep us Lost Boys fed, healthy, and happy. So you're probably wondering why Peter made such a big deal about the Pixie Punch. I have something I can tell you. Something I've been keeping secret for a long time. Okay, here goes nothing. You see, Peter's Pixie Punch is more than just a refreshing drink. It's magic, laced with pixie dust. Not long after we arrived in Neverland, Peter came to the kitchen and handed me a green leather pouch filled with green sparkling dust. He told me it was a special secret ingredient that banished all bad feelings and helped him take care of everyone. It wasn't until later that I realized it was making us forget everything about our lives before we came to Neverland. And its real purpose was to make everyone do anything he told them to do, turn them into perfect little followers. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. I don't know why I did it. Maybe it's because I wanted to please Peter. Although, if I'm being honest, all my life, I felt invisible and kind of useless. So I felt honored when Peter told me it was our secret, that I was the only one who could do it. Sharing a secret with Peter made me feel special, important, but I've seen the error of my ways. The found folk should be free to make their own choices without being manipulated by some magical potion. So I decided to come clean and confess my wrongdoing. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make things right and work towards a better future where everyone is equal and free. Thank you for listening. I'm so glad I got that off my chest. Sorry to rush, but I have to get moving before notice I'm gone. That is if anyone does, of course.
Hey, ladies, I can't stop me worrying about Captain Hook.
Oh, we've been obsessing about Peter Pan for too long now. Says I good for him, not good for his heart either.
Tell you that it's more than that. He's anxious, sad, and even kind of paranoid.
Shiver me timbers! I had no idea it was that bad.
He's always been haunted
We're here for you. We're thick and thin. Savvy?
Hi, we've got your back.
Just like me and my pirated guide dog Bones. You see, Captain, we all need someone to help us to navigate life. And that's okay. We don't have to do it all on our own. Just like my friend Helen repeatedly says, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much.
Aye, we all need some support sometimes. It takes real strength to know when to ask for help.
You might have a point, but I don't see how the Ron mentioned the pirate culture and helping with all this.
Captain, respect between pirates?
Right, no offense, Mr. Luna, is it?
Aye, Captain. None taken. We're used to being underestimated. With Bones at my side, I've earned my place on board and the respect of the crew. We are a crew, and we can accomplish together great things. We're a team, and we can help you conquer anything in your path, Captain.
Well, rattle me bones when I'm gone. I never thought I'd say this, but you and your sea wolf bones have taught me a valuable lesson.
Really, Captain?
I've been so focused on trying to fix my past and me feud with Ken that I've forgotten the value of me crew. After all, it takes all hands on deck to weigh anchor, hoist the maze, and get the sloop moving at full speed ahead. There is no way I can do that alone.
Glad we could help, Captain.
From now on, when me memories have me close to feeding the fishes, I'll ask for help.
That's the spirit, Captain.
And Bones agrees.
How about you a song now?
How do you leave your past behind? How do you leave your past behind? How do you leave your past behind? When you're lost
Ahoy, me hearties! Before we continue our tale, I have a confession to make. Something that's been weighing on me conscience. Me name's Piranha. I've been with Captain Hook for a long time, and there's something the rest of the crew doesn't know. Did you know Captain Hook and all of us pirates used to be part of Peter Pan's Lost Boys? Aye, you heard me right. But it wasn't just that. Pan, Hook, Mr. Smee and me, we were friends before Neverland. We weren't but 6 years old when we were shipped off to boarding school. It wasn't unusual back then for sons of naval officers to be sent away that young. The school was a bleak place, designed to make men of us and prepare us to become officers ourselves. I'll spare ye the gory details, but I promise Whatever ye can imagine, our reality was worse. We were all oddballs, different from the other boys. I know it's hard to imagine now, us being pirates and all, but in those days, each of us bore the mark of an easy target. Anyhow, in the misery of being ripped from the comfort of our homes and the love of our mothers, the four of us found solace in each other. We became best mates, family. It was us against the world. Peter and Hook, they were inseparable, like twins, so close they would finish each other's sentences, but fiercely competitive, always fighting to be the leader of our little tribe. I don't have time to tell you how we escaped to Neverland. That's a story for another time. But once we found safety here, it wasn't long before we vowed to rescue as many other lost boys as we could. For a while, it was boy heaven, a younger's paradise. It was... I'm sorry. I tend to drift off to my happy place when I think about those good times. Suffice it to say, life was good for a while, but then Hook discovered Pan's secret. Peter was brainwashing us. We were under his spell. We would do whatever he said, no matter how dangerous or foolish it may have been. But Captain Hook, maybe because they had been so close, he knew how Peter thought, and he saw through it all. He saw what Peter was doing to us, and he escaped. So that's why he became a pirate. He wanted to live life on his own terms, not under the control of some tyrannical, magical kid. As soon as he could, he rescued Mr. Smee and me, and he's been fighting against Peter ever since. At least he was, until that last big battle with Peter. The Battle of the Lost Hand. He's not been the same since then. No, he's not been the same at all. So that's my confession, and I hope it'll help you understand Captain Hook a bit better. He's not just some evil pirate, you know. He's a lost boy, just like the rest of us. And he won't stop until every last one of us is free.
Okay, I need my actors for scene 4 now. Okay, places, please.
Thank you, places.
Great. Okay, so at the beginning of this scene, Peter Pan is sulking in his cave after the found folks announcement. Okay, you're depressed. Okay, you're not a happy camper. Good. Lovely, darling. Okay. And then on stage comes a mysterious delivery driver wearing a bright orange vest, carrying a cake box. And he's obviously looking for a doorbell.
So sorry to disturb your dream, Your Highness.
Very funny. Well, then I couldn't see you as always. My having aged so much. But we do more time at any day now. You too, Mr. Sleep. I think your sense of humor has improved over the years. And who's this behind you? Bubbles! The boys and I have been running where we've been.
We're here for your famous pixie punch, Peter.
Like what? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you think you can trust Bubbles with some secrets? Bubbles has been lying to the boys since for years now.
But only because you told us to. You said it was our special secret.
If I were to give away my special secret to someone as unimportant and powerless as you.
Are you sure about this, Captain? How do you know we can trust this Bubbles?
Of course I'm sure, Mr. Speed. I know what it was like to see Peter clearly for the first time, and I'm standing up to him. I see myself in this capacity, and I know she's telling the truth.
I am telling the truth, I swear.
I believe you, Bubbles. Don't worry. This braggart can't fool me with his old tricks. We know what's real and true. Nothing he can do to change that.
I don't want to know you become that powerful and devious, look.
Peter, you flipping scoundrel. We know you've got a secret stash of pixie punts, stuff ingredient somewhere in this cave, and we want it.
If I were to give away some magical Kool-Aid, I would have given it to you.
Because if you don't, we'll take it by force. And trust me, we've been waiting a long time for this, and you do not receive what we are capable of.
As this happens, there's no more pixie punch left. We're an hour out of the way. Even if I did have some, I would never give it to the likes of you.
Very well, Peter, you leave us no choice.
He's alive, Captain!
Get him, Captain! Get him!
We can, Lenny, and we will, Lenny. You're coming with us.
Shooting stardust. He's gonna be so mad at me. Oh, hello. Did see you there. How much did you hear? Huh. Well, as long as you're all here, I really need to talk to someone, so I guess you could be my therapist today. Okay, here it goes. My name's Tinkerbell, and I've done something awful to someone I love. I wasn't trying to hurt him, but someone had to say something. I'm the only one he trusts, or did trust. Okay. It was Peter Pan. You know, the one young boy flying around, never grows older, flies into your window and snatches up your kids. I swear, it didn't start as horrible as that sounds. We were trying to do good. That's why I gave him pixie dust in the first place, to help him help the children, but these days he's completely lost control. Oh, I should have known. Okay, now don't get me wrong. Peter's no hero, but that doesn't mean he's a villain. He thinks he's still doing the right thing. He's become a lost boy. He's forgotten why we all started this. Over the years, he's convinced himself and the other found folks that Captain Hook is their greatest threat and the most dangerous person in Neverland, but I'm not so sure anymore. You see, even though he's been here longer than any of them, Peter's still a child. He's always been arrogant and selfish in the way that most children are. Most children grow out of it, but Peter, he's never grown up. For him, everything's good or bad or happy or sad, heroes or villains. In the beginning, he was so lost and sad, but it wasn't long before those feelings shifted to anger. I hated seeing him so miserable. Sadness, fear, and anger are heavy. They suck the light out of a fairy, and if we aren't careful, they'll drag us down too. So I needed to find a way for him to use his hurt and anger to fire up a passion, to right the wrong things done to him and the other children. That's why I gave him pixie dust. But all this pixie dust, it's been causing him some side effects I couldn't have seen coming. For most of his life, I've been the one watching over him. That's why it was up to me to try and clean up this mess. As he showed up with the new Wendy, Willa, and her brothers, I knew the cycle had to stop. Enough is enough. With all the found folks floating around in Pixie Punch La La Land, there was only one person left I could turn to. I know Peter's going to be mad at me. He may never forgive me, but I have to do what's right. That must be them. They've got Peter. I have to go. I have to wake him and talk to him before they do. I need to explain why I did what I did. Wish me luck, y'all. Remember, all it takes is faith, trust, and a little bit of fairy dust, right?
Okay, my actors are coming on to the next scene, but we have a problem. We've had a little bit of a last-minute cancellation, and one of our actors is in need of an understudy. And I have been told somebody volunteered. Who wanted to volunteer? You volunteered? Did you want to do it? No? I saw your hand go up. All right. We've got a reluctant volunteer over here. Anyone burning desire to be on stage right now? Oh, you can do it. You wanted to do it. Okay. Yeah, let's go. All right, so a round of applause. All right, yes, hi. So, there is an audition. I've got to tell you about that. Okay, so can you please put that anywhere? Okay, can you please say your name and where you're from in your best stage voice, please, to the audience.
Okay. Alyssa Greenberg, I'm from California.
Can you hear her? Everybody's good. Okay, so this is, you're going to round 2 of the audition. Now you have to say the same thing, but as Captain Hook.
Arr! I'm Alyssa Greenberg, I'm from California, baby.
Oh. Okay, you know your costume? Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
All right, put that on your left hand. Oh, look, got a bit of a problem when you have that. Okay, and I'm going to take you over there, and you're going to sit next to Mr. Sneak, and then we're going to do the rest of the scene. Don't worry, you will have a script. Okay, take a seat, and scene!
So you're Willa.
Indeed I am. Peter brought me and my brothers here on a grand adventure. You'll meet them later. They've gone for a swim with Cubby and Curly.
Well, it's nice to finally meet you, Willa. I'm Toodles. This is Slightly, and that's Nims.
Yeah, we heard all about you and the youngins.
Peter's been talking about you for forever.
Really?
Yeah, every time he gets back from London, it's with a this.
And Willa that.
Yeah, and goes on and on about how kind you are to your brother.
Better than a mother even.
And how different it's gonna be for us when he comes in here.
And he has this big, dreamy, silly smile on his face the entire time he's talking.
Really? Peter didn't
Thing is, nothing here is how I'd imagine it would be. I mean, Neverland is cool and everything, and it certainly has been an adventure. It's just that, well, I wanted an adventure with me as the hero, and I guess I just don't have what it takes to be the hero of this adventure. You'll never believe this, but here in this Neverland story, it's my sister, Willa, who is the hero. Or should that be Shiro? Who knows? Don't get me wrong, I do love Willa. She's my sister, my big sister, and she's always been the most wonderful big sister to both Michael and me. The best, really. Always kind and generous, always there for us. Every night after lights out, she would make up the best adventure stories for us about pirates and heroes, or she'd retell the stories Grandma had told her about Peter Pan and Neverland. The thing you need to understand is, well, Willa was wonderful, is wonderful, but as we got older, it became clear she was struggling with the most basic of her lessons, while I was not struggling. By the time I was 5, I was able to write better than her, do more complicated arithmetic than her, and was sneaking books about pirates from Father's library. I was sure I was going to be disciplined when Father found out, but instead, that's when he started calling me his little man or his little soldier. I was becoming the perfect son he'd always dreamed of having. Well, Willa was not only just a girl, but she was also kind of, you know? So earlier today, before we left to swim with Cubby and Curly, we heard Willa talking with the other found folks. I couldn't believe what she was saying to them about her parents. I had no idea that was how she felt. It's true, our parents can be very hard on us, but they love us and they want to prepare us for the futures they think we should have. Me to be a soldier, like Father, Michael to be a scientist, and Willa to find a good husband to take care of her and to become whatever it is girls are meant to become. So when Michael and I were off playing and being explorers, cataloging all the amazing fauna and flora the boys were showing us, I found myself thinking about what she had said. I mean, she is right about me being Father's favorite. I'll admit to you here, I do enjoy that. But what son wouldn't be happy to hear his father say, "John's so smart," or "Isn't our eldest son such an eloquent public speaker?" or "This is my John. We are all so proud of him." Then, as Michael and I investigated the wonders of Neverland and practiced our swordsmanship, I began to realize all the ways I had failed to protect and support Willa at home. I had just accepted all the mean things Father had said to her. I mean, it's not like I could have contradicted him in the moment, but I could have said something to her later. I could have been a good brother to her, acknowledge his cruelty, or remind her of all the things she is good at. I like to think it was because I was raised to believe men are born to make the decisions in the family. Well, in all aspects of life, really. You see, in our home, Father is always right. So obviously, as his eldest son, it was not my place to question him. But if I'm being honest with myself and you, the truth is, I was afraid to say anything because I didn't know how to find the right words. Girls really are so much better at that stuff. Back then, I was a coward, but not anymore. Now it's clear that Willa is going to be the Shiro of our adventure here in Neverland. I decided to put aside my old ways of thinking and my childish jealousy. From now on, Michael and I are going to support her. We will be her best soldiers in our battle for freedom. I only hope I can keep being this brave when we get home and I am face to face with Father again.
Oh, Peter, what have you become? Peter, wake up! Peter, wake up! This is important! Listen, Peter Pan!
Tink, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, where am I?
You are in the brig of the Tommy Roger. Captain Hook brought you here.
Hook, that devious pirate. He won't get away with this. I'll get out of here, and I won't stop until I get his other hand.
No, Peter, listen to me.
Oh, well, why don't we go get our revenge? You, me, and the Lost Boys?
You're not listening.
No. Yes, and then we will banish all the pirates from Neverland.
I helped Captain Hook.
What?
I gave him a promotion that will put you to sea so he could bring you here.
You helped Hook? How could you do that to me, Tink?
Because, Peter, you have lost your way.
What are you talking about? I never get lost. I help other people who are lost.
Do you remember who Hook is?
Yes. He's my enemy. He's my arch nemesis. He is the evilest pirate in Neverland.
He was your friend just like all the other lost boys.
That's impossible. Hook could never be a lost boy. Oh, by the way, they're demanding to be called the found folks now.
Yes, I know that, Peter, but that's not the point right now. He is focused. You chose to forget. Hook was your friend. Each time you use my magical pixie dust that I gave you, it causes you to forget every time someone makes you feel hurt, angry, or sad.
That's not true.
Please, Peter, listen to me.
No. You helped Hook. You lied to me and you let him kidnap me.
All of us, me, Hook, the pirates, we are just trying to help you, you and the found folks.
Yeah, right. You've probably been working against me all along, making a fool of me. Why should I listen to you now?
Your fairy friend is speaking the truth, Peter.
Hook, you dastardly villain. You turned Tink against me.
The little flying lass came looking for me, man. I didn't have to do a thing.
You're lying.
Peter, she came looking for me because she started to see what all of us have been seeing for years. You've lost your way.
Why does everybody keep saying that?
Peter, those children you brought with you to Neverland.
Oh, wait, Willow. What have you done with Witter?
Does Willa remind you of anyone? Does Michael? Does John?
Wait, how do you know their names?
Come on in, mateys!
Willow, Peter, Michael, you're safe. Whoa! Oh, wait a minute. What are you doing with Hook?
We're here to help you, Peter.
Oh, well, help me with what? There is nothing wrong with me.
You didn't answer me question, lad. Does the tree remind you of anyone?
Well, I don't know if they remind me of anyone, but they are the 3 lost children I just rescued from London.
Captain, do you think he really doesn't know?
Aye, Mr. Smee. I do believe the lad is telling the truth.
How can he not know?
What say you, fairy?
It's the pixie dust.
Aye, that it is.
The pixie dust.
You see, mateys, Peter Pan has been using the pixie dust to control the found folks for years. As you now know, pixie dust
can't fix someone when there's nothing that needs to be fixed.
Aye. But we can fix this.
How are you going to do that?
I found a way to recover memories thanks to Willa here.
Tell me how.
Willa, what happened when you wished for the boys' memories to return?
Well, there was wind, and then there were items that came from the woods into their hands.
Aye, and did you see what those items were?
It looked like garbage, playing cards, and pieces of paper.
They were the last items they had with them before arriving in Neverland. The last item from the world they left behind. Once they got it back, their memories all returned.
So, how are we going to help Peter?
Think about it, Willa. What's the one thing that Peter is constantly searching for? The one item that he cannot keep on his person, no matter how hard he tries.
His shadow!
His shadow! Use the pixie dust to call his shadow back to him.
I believe in you, Peter. Peter?
I remember.
Captain?
Aye, there he is.
Is that really you, Peter?
Oh, Tink, what have I done?
Why didn't you use it on the found folks?
Because pixie dust doesn't work on grown-ups like it does on kids, and all kids except one grow up.
Aye. We would grow up and we would leave the forest, and then there's nowhere else for a found folks to go, so we made our own families. So Peter would kick us out, and then use the pixie dust on himself and the other found folks to forget.
Because it was too painful to remember. I was just trying to help.
Do you see why this doesn't work?
It's a noble cause to want to be helping sad and lonely children, lad, but you can't just kidnap them and shelter them from the world.
Well, I thought that I could take them to Neverland and it would fix them.
You can't fix things when there's nothing that needs to be fixed.
Peter, disabilities are a part of who they are. They don't need to be fixed. They need to be accepted and included just the way they are. No matter their abilities, each person has something unique and valuable to offer.
Oh, Willa, it seems I am not the hero I thought I was.
No, Peter, but mistakes don't make you the bad guy either.
Peter, does the tree remind you of anyone now?
Oh, Wendy, my Wendy.
Aye, Wendy.
Grandma Wendy?
Our
She was a spirited young lass, much like you, young Willa.
So,
My shadow has been leading me to your house for centuries.
Yes, his memories take him back there. He finds the next girl in your family who reminds him of his Wendy, and then he brings her to Neverland. And when she gets old and can't fly there anymore, he makes himself forget, and the process begins anew.
oh, so, Grandma Wendy is the Wendy from the story. You brought Grandma Wendy to Neverland, too.
I did.
What are you going to do now, Peter?
Well, I had to make things right with the found folks and the pirates, with everything.
The found folks have decided to come to London with us. Why don't you come home with us, Peter?
Well, that's the kind of us, Peter. But I'm afraid I'm gonna have to stay here. This is my home.
But you'll be left all alone, Peter.
Well, maybe that's what I deserve.
By the crook of me! my trusty hook. I've been waiting for this moment for centuries, trying to capture you for years and years. You made me scallywag, and I'm not letting you get off that easy.
I don't want to fight with you, Hook.
Well, neither do I, Peter. You and me have unfinished business in Neverland, and I'm not letting you do this alone.
You want to help me? After everything I've done to you?
Peter, this is Neverland. We have an eternity for ye to make it up to me.
Oh, come in, big guy. All right.
That's enough. All right. The found folks are all aboard. What say we get you all back to your families?
How are we going to get back to London, Captain?
Son, this is the Jolly Roger, the grandest ship of them all. I can make her travel to anywhere we'd like her to.
Even to the second star on the right.
And straight on till morning. One trip to London. Here we come.
Hey, Willa,
Yes.
thank you for everything.
You're welcome, Peter Pan.
know, it's